Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting edition of the Palm Beaches TV Watch Party series. I'm your host Theo Dorsey, ready to bring you another sun-soaked episode featuring everything you'll need to know to plan your next vacation to Palm Beach County, Florida. From kayaking our pristine waterways to relaxing on the beaches along our 47 miles of coastline, we're set to take you on a fun-filled adventure that'll make vacationing in the Palm Beaches an unforgettable journey.
If you weren't here, how would I get in without you?
Well,
Be tough, right?
yeah, the number one rule of kayaking is there's no graceful way to get in and out of a kayak. So
Okay. All right.
there you go.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Snook Islands is kind of the crown jewel of the restoration that Palm Beach County has done in Lake Worth Lagoon. You know, Lake Worth Lagoon, we call it an urban estuary. So about 90% of the edge of the lagoon has been seawalled.
Okay.
And so what we're trying to do is bring back some of the habitat that was lost by all the development. And Snook Islands is the biggest example of that.
What is a snook?
It's a fish.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I figured, sort of,
Yep.
I guess, but I've heard of salmon, I've heard of bass, I've heard of trout.
Yep. You can just add snook to that list of
I
fish
just-
you've heard of before.
I just did. And so can I eat the snook?
If a fair-sized snook accidentally jumped in your kayak
Right.
and you got back to shore with it,
Dem's good
I think
eats,
it's
is what you're
yeah,
saying.
I think it's all
Dem's
good to
good
go.
eats.
Yeah.
Okay.
These oysters are utilitarian. They are nature's filtration system. An adult oyster can filter about 50 gallons of water a day.
Whoa.
Yeah, so we really want as many oysters out here as we can get. Adult oysters will cling on to existing rocks and other oyster shells. They're really sharp, so you have to watch where you step, but they're really great for the water.
Man, kayaking looks like a blast. Such a great way to have fun while also staying active outdoors. The beaches here are known for soft sand and serene water, but you never know what you're gonna find. Up next, we're on the hunt for hidden treasure with a local beachcomber.
All right, Jemmy, ready to go treasure hunt, look for some stuff?
Oh yeah, should we do it?
Let's do it.
Did you guys know that you can go treasure hunting right here in Palm Beach County? Well, today I'm here with Michael Leach, a local beachcomber. Michael, can you tell me a little bit about beachcombing?
Sure. Well, first off, here in Palm Beach County, as you're walking the beach, which a lot of us do, you really never know what you're gonna find. I've had the passion now for about 3 or 4 years. Now, for a beachcomber, I think one of the greatest prizes that you can actually find here is a great white tooth.
Wow.
Right here. And I would say that's about a 14 to 16 foot great white shark right here, along with this one here. And you can see where they're not quite fossilized yet. They're in the middle stages where they're becoming dark, but they still maintain that light color because our sands are so white and the minerals that are in our waters. And here we have a bottlenose dolphin tooth, which I found snorkeling. I thought it was an olive shell at first, so I grabbed it. Come to find out, it's a pretty rare score to find. And this also here is a great white tooth. You can see the different color variations that we can find here. And to me, I love them. I mean, I think they're beautiful.
Is beachcombing seasonal?
Well, actually, it's all conditional, which means once the water is calm and there's no wind, everything naturally forms on like a lower tide on the shoreline. So that's kind of what you look for.
And how often do you find things like that?
I would say I find a great white tooth about 1 in every 50 beach walks.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're kind of rare. So basically when you're walking the beach, what you want to look for is, you know, where all the seashells collect. You'll see like little beds laying here or there, and that's where all the shark teeth, they kind of travel with the shells because they're the same weight and usually the same size. And also in our seaweed, when we have all this sargassum seaweed that blows in from the east winds, you find sea beans that wash up from Central and South America. Some are really super rare and beautiful. And what makes South Florida especially so awesome for beachcombing is, I would say A is our weather, and B is, I mean, we have miles and miles of beautiful beaches and offshore reefs and jetties where everything just seems to collect. And you know, Florida is also known for all, of course, their seashells that you'll find, and it can just be epic at times. And some days you walk out here and you don't really find much at all. So it's, you know, you just get lucky.
What kind of shell is that?
All right, this is a really special type of shell. Some say it wouldn't even really be called a shell. It's a paper nautilus, and it's from the Argonaut squid. And the Argonaut squid actually lives inside of here, and it secretes its eggs in here, which protects its eggs. And these are super fragile and pretty rare to find. You can see how beautiful they are, though.
Stunning.
Yes.
And what is this bottle here?
Okay, so here's one of the bottles that you might actually find, whether or not it might be lodged in a reef or even in our intercoastal ways. This was dated back to about 1870s, and they call it a blob top bottle because you can see the top here that you wouldn't normally see nowadays. And also the bottom is round, so you can't sand it up. It has to be stacked just like that. And it was originally for mineral water.
Wow.
Yep. Look at that color.
It's beautiful.
Isn't that awesome?
It's amazing it's all in one piece.
Yep, got pretty lucky. And it's really super thick glass too. And so yeah, if you look through all the seaweed here, you never really know what you're gonna find. All the nuts, yep. And oh, look, right there. That's a score.
That?
Yeah, that's a sea urchin shell. Look, there's already a little bug on it too. Yeah, that's a really cool find.
Whoa.
All right, well, cool. You want to go look for some more stuff?
Yeah, let's do
it. All right,
it.
sweet. Let's do it. We got along here too.
Fun stuff. I guess sometimes it pays to take the path less traveled. When it comes to visiting our beaches, it's not entirely uncommon to cross paths with a manta ray, particularly if you're snorkeling or diving. Let's take a look at conservation efforts being made to protect this majestic and endangered species.
I've had the opportunity to join Jessica on several occasions to explore manta rays from above and below. And I can tell you something, there's nothing more exhilarating than plunging into the watery world of these incredible species. A manta ray sighting is one of the most breathtaking experiences a diver can have.
I've been doing this project for 6 years now, but every time I spot a manta ray, I get just as excited as I did when I saw that first manta ray. When you first get in the water, it's so exciting to be in the water with a creature that's that big, yet still a baby. And often these young mantas are very curious. Sometimes they will swim up to you, or they will flip upside down, where they can see you better looking from their belly, and they'll just have a look at you and say, hey, what's up? And it's one of the coolest feelings in the world. I've gotten to know the mantas here personally, and often when I jump in and I can take a look at that spot pattern, I know exactly who that manta is without having to go back and look at my computer database.
Divers come from all over the world to dive the magnificent coral reefs of the Palm Beaches. Whilst diving, keep your eye out for the magnificent manta ray. A sighting is one of the most breathtaking experiences a diver can have. Watching such an enormous creature glide through the water with such grace and effortlessness, it's easy to fall under the manta's spell. Unfortunately for manta rays, there's a belief in Chinese medicine that the manta can heal all sorts of diseases. This has put manta rays in a really bad position. They are often rounded up and killed for their gill rakers. This is a major blow to the manta ray population. There has been no scientific proof of any kind that the gill raker has any medicinal purpose whatsoever. In 2018, manta rays were added to the US Endangered Species Act as a threatened species. But there is still insufficient data to determine critical habitat for manta rays. The Florida Manta Project is the first dedicated study of Florida's manta rays. The efforts of Jessica and her team are so important in helping us understand these enigmatic creatures that are a vital part of the wild Palm Beaches.
Wow, such beautiful creatures. Well, that's all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in for another awesome adventure in the Palm Beaches. Be sure to watch any of the shows you've seen today in full and on demand at thepalmbeaches.tv. As always, I'm Theo Dorsey. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll be seeing you next week.